Hey family, this is Pastor Jonathan from New Hope North Community Church in North Las Vegas, Nevada. Thanks for joining me in this installment of Pajama Pants Preaching. You know, several days ago I was watching TV and I saw a commercial, and in that commercial someone said that just because we're social distancing, that doesn't mean that we should be socially distant. I was like, wow, that is so true. And you know, it made me realize that that's even more true for Christians. Because as Christians, we're called to engage the world. Jesus called us to be salt and to be light in the world, not to hunker down and hide or disengage from the world. Specifically, in Matthew chapter 5, verse 13, Jesus said, "You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It's no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot." That's right, because salt, notice, it has to be thoroughly mixed in with what it's involved with. It can't just be sprinkled a little bit on the top. It won't make any impact. And it's a preservative, right? It doesn't tear down. It enhances the flavor of what it's added to. You know? And when we think of what Jesus said, how does salt lose its saltiness, by the way? By getting diluted, by getting watered down. And that is something that as Christians we need to look out for. We need to remember that we need to be fully mixed in. We need to be fully engaged and not allow ourselves to be diluted or our faith and our beliefs. But at the same time, it shouldn't get overwhelming, right? No one will take a bite of anything that has too much salt in it, right? Because it'll make their eyes water. Being the salt of the world is not an excuse for being mean. Jesus also called Christians to be the light of the world. In fact, he said in Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 through 16, he said, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Right? Because we're to be light. And remember that light is fearless. Right? It has no boundaries. It exposes anything that might be hidden. The truth prevails in light. Light brings life, and it brings out the true beauty of all that it encounters. Right? And it doesn't discriminate either. It sheds its light, shines its light on everyone in the house, on all people. And that's what we need to be to the world. So how can we be the salt and light of the world if we're not willing to be in the world and engage in the world, right? Because salt and light changes what it encounters, everything that it encounters. And that's what we're called to be and what we're called to do. So as many of us are going to be re-entering the workplace, some of us already have re-entered the workplace, some of us haven't left the workplace, but it's time to go back into the world, and we need to do it courageously. We need to do it remembering that we are salt and light, that we need to engage, we need to be part of all of it, and that we need to be kind and not be overwhelming and bringing tears to the eyes because we're too salty. But of course, we must not allow ourselves to be diluted, our faith to be diluted. And we need to not discriminate and have courage like the light does. So let's not use social distancing as an excuse to be socially distant. We need to engage with people. We need to love people. And we need to stand up for people. So with that, I hope that encourages you as you return to the workplace, as we return back to the world, that even when we need to continue to have some social distance, that we aren't socially distant from people. or from our culture or our world or our neighbors. So please, we'd love for you to contact us at New Hope North through our website, newhopenorthcc.com, or of course, hashtag Pajama Pants Preaching, and we just would love to hear from you and hear what is going on with you. So with that, be blessed, and may God bless you and keep you until next time.